y'all, it is No Makeup Shannon. Welcome back to my channel. PSA before we get started. My room is a mess, okay? It doesn't look good right now because I'm like in the process of fixing it up and cleaning up and painting. I finished painting, well, half of it. I have this wall to still like pull wallpaper on, but yeah, it's a mess, just to let y'all know. But I had to record this video because I'm like, this is very, very important. And y'all, I just turned 29, right? So I have one more year, probably 360 days in my 20's. Oh my god. So I'm like, I gotta record this little video for my YouTube channel. And I want to talk about today 10 things that I learned in my 20's. Of course, y'all, I've learned way more, but I'm gonna just start with this list and then we can talk about other stuff in the near future or whatever. But y'all, I made a list with my little iPad. And y'all can't see a lot of it, but we're gonna talk about all of it, okay? So my 20's was so bland-ish. Like, it wasn't bad or horrible, but it wasn't good either. Like, good isn't like fun, y'all. I'm talking like, I definitely feel like I should have explored more stuff and I should have had like more fun, you know what I mean? So I mean, I do travel, but it was just okay. Like, it wasn't spectacular, you know what I mean? But you know what, at least I'm still alive, so that's good. But y'all, let's get started with 10 things that I learned in my 20's. Number 1, people come and go. I learned that. Like, I just learned that people come and go, and that's okay. And I'm not talking about life or death. I'm just talking about like failed friendships, failed relationships. Like, you just can't expect for something to last forever. And as bad as that may sound, it's just the truth. People come and go, and you'll lose a person and meet someone else, and vice versa. Like, I hate to say it like it's nothing, but it's just life. That's what I learned. It's just life. People come and go all the time. Number 2, I had to include this because this is the next thing that's true. Money come and go. Like, this may be the worst advice for some people that love to save, or some people that are trying to learn how to save, so this may not be for you. But I also feel like money come and go too. Like, I'll get it back later. Like, I'm not really fixated on, oh my god, I have to save every dollar. Like, yeah, it'll come back. As long as you got a little job or something, you know, it'll come and it'll go. Like, that's just how I look at money. So what I mean by that, y'all, is like, I probably shouldn't say this on camera, girl, but it is what it is. This is my last year in my 20's, so I'm gonna say it. But like, if I don't get to pay my bill this month, I can pay it next month. But this month, I'm going on my trip. Number 3 is very special to me because I actually like doing this, but I feel like I've honestly been doing it the wrong way. So I'm gonna give a little bit of advice too. Number 3, travel. Get to know the world. Like, I mean, even if you're not too sure about traveling to places that you've never been to, places you don't really, you know people at by yourself, travel. Just like get a partner to go with or something like that, or get a friend to go with you. But definitely, I feel like in my 20's I learned that it's important to leave and go other places. Like, I feel like it's very important. But the only thing is, I will say, when you're traveling, make sure you're traveling for you and not for other people. Like, I feel like for me, I've been like traveling for other people, so I haven't been really making my trips about me, and that's where I kind of went wrong. So yeah, do it the proper way, y'all. Travel, go to a resort, stay at an Airbnb, make sure you got trips and stuff lined up for yourself. Don't expect nobody to line up your trips for you, because they're not going to do it, you know what I mean? Like, so travel and make sure you're doing it for you. Number 4, and I'm gonna say this because I don't want to edit out and have to click and beep, but don't kiss up to nobody. If you see that somebody don't like you, they just don't like you. Don't try to kiss up to them and make it like better or worse for yourself, you know what I mean? So in other words, if you see somebody is moving on from you, move on from them. Number 5, I think this was one of my biggest lessons I learned in my 20's. Like, if somebody don't want you, move on. Like, don't wait on them. Don't linger around and try to like see if things might change. Like, just move on. Like, this is the same as number 4. When you see somebody moving on from you and you see them acting funny, Just move on. There's other fishes in the sea, other crocodiles in the sea. There's other sharks in the sea. There's other people, you know, on this earth. That's what I mean. And like, if you see that somebody just don't want you, don't want them. And I think this is, like I said, the same as number 4, y'all. Take it from me. Because when they don't want you, they'll show you. And either way it goes, you're going to have to move on. So just move on, honestly. Number 6 is the reason why we had to talk about number 5 and number 4. They always come back. Always. Like, it's never a never for me. Like, they always come back. They're always going to do a 360, girl. So just do you. Leave him alone. And you can wait for him to come back. I wouldn't wait. But you can wait for him to come back. But what's your point if somebody don't want you the first time? They're going to come back the second time. They're going to show you the third time they don't want you. Then they're going to leave the fourth time. Then they're going to come back the fifth time. Leave this, like, it's just a repetitive cycle. So yeah, y'all, they're always doing 360s. And it's very much normal. That's all I'm going to say. 7. Stay out of your friend's relationship. I cannot kid you not how important this is for you to understand. Like, I don't care if it's a friendship, a situationship. Well, not a friendship, but a relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend, or a situationship. Stay out of their relationship, y'all. I can't stress this enough. Because you know what happened to me one time, and I'm not going to give too much details, but one time one of my friends was complaining about her boyfriend and how he did this and how he did that and da-da-da. And while I didn't agree with her, I was still on her side, because at the end of the day, you're my friend, not him. And the next day, I kid you not, something that she said about him that I didn't really agree with, I ended up repeating it. And y'all know this girl was just kind of like, he's not really like that. He doesn't do that. Mind you, she told me this yesterday that he did. But the next day now, you're changing what you said yesterday. So today, different day, different type of memory. She didn't say none of that. So I repeated it thinking she was going to agree with what I said. But because him and her are cool now, y'all, stay out of your friend's relationship. If she's not going to leave them alone. That's all I'm going to say. Like, because I feel like when you get caught up into other people's relationship that don't really have nothing to do with you, you start looking like the villain in the relationship. And it's just like you're not even a part of it, girl. So stay out of it. Number 8, your coworkers is just your coworkers. Nothing else. Don't bring them to your house. Don't befriend them. And it's sad because you want to befriend nice people, because sometimes you have some really cool coworkers, but sometimes you have some really cool coworkers that are really fake as hell too. So it's just kind of like, don't befriend them. Leave them at work. Number 9, if you gotta ask him, what are we? That means you're nothing to him for real. That means he does not really want you like that. And that means he's confused. If you gotta ask somebody, what are we? That means you need to cut him off, leave him alone. And that's just that. Leave it at number 10. Pay attention to the red flags. They are very, very important. I'm talking about the red flags in a job, the red flags in relationships, the red flags in friendships. Pay attention to them. Like, if you feel like something is just so off-putting to you and you don't really get it, I'm telling you, y'all, just pay attention to it. Like, the red flags are the most important parts of your life in your 20s. Probably past your 20s, girl. I'm pretty sure I'm going to still meet some people with some red flags when I'm like 30, 40 or whatever. But in your 20s, I feel like you're still so young and you're learning. So to make a long story short, if he is acting different, if he says something crazy, believe him. Like, the red flags are just important, and I can't stress that enough. The red flags are so important. And some red flags are not as severe as others, but if you notice like it's a problem for you, just keep it moving. If you know that he was texting you super good on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday he's not texting you no more, like, pay attention to that. Like, Don't be fooled by nothing, okay? Anywho, y'all, that is the end of my video. 10 things that I have learned in my 20s. These were some of them, y'all. Trust me, it's more. It's a whole lot more. And I'm gonna make another video like this in the near future, but these were just the 10 things I wanted to talk about today. So thank you so much for watching this video, and have a good one.